Hi all, welcome to MathMadeEasy. Today we are going to see one of the topics in the GCSE, that is statistics. Statistics is first you have to find the meaning of statistics. What is meant by statistics? It is a study of a science, collecting, organizing and understanding. These three steps you have finished means you can make the decisions. Most of the governments are using the statistics. For example, collecting the population list, collecting the data means taking the information from the people, that is how many peoples are located in the some cities, some areas and all, the collecting the number of counts by the government, that is collecting. Next, if someone asks means how many humans are in the Croydon means, or Bromley means how many humans are there, we have to analyze this. So we want to organize the collected information. So second step is organizing the data, and third step is understanding data. You have collected and organized. You have to understand the data type. So these three you have to finish the steps and then you have to make the decision. Okay, that is called the statistics. The three step, what is the three step? Collecting the information, organizing the information and understanding the information. If you do the three steps means you can make the decision properly and correctly. No other mistakes have been done after this. So the government is using the statistics. What is meant by the data? Data means collection of information is called data. Data have two types, primary data and secondary data. What is meant by a primary data? The government have taken the information from every peoples in a city for a population means that is called a primary data. The government directly taking the information from the people. So it is called primary data. Next, secondary data. What is meant by a secondary data? The government have been releasing to some of the news channels, newspapers, and that have been released or published to the society, that takes the data from the government. So it is not directly from the people, so it is from the government, and that type of data is called secondary data. Yes, do you understand this? Okay. Next we have take some of the examples to understand more about the statistics. Okay, let's see. Okay. Annie wants rainfall data for London and Manchester last August. Yeah, Annie wants. She wants to take from the government. Yeah. Do you all understand the question first? Annie wants data of rainfall for London and Manchester last August. Here data needs is rainfall amount. Method means search Met Office website. She is searching in the website, and the type of the data means that is the information gathered by the government, and she was searching on that means that is a secondary data. You understand this? Yes. We can move to the next question. John wants to test whether six-sided dice has an equal chance of landing on each of its sides. Yes, if we roll a dice, it can happen any other probabilities. We have already seen in the probability lesson, yes. So next, explain how he could collect data for the test. will his data is primary or a secondary data? Here how he could collect data from the test. Here doing that some more practices by a probability. So he have collecting some of the data, and what type of data he collected. This is the question. Okay, Joe needs to do experiment to. So see here, explain how he could collect data from test. Yeah, we want to do some experiments. He could roll the dice lots of times and record how many times it lands on each side using a tally chart. Okay, you know about the tally chart? Yes. If we do one test means one, second test, third, fourth, and you have to cancel this. This is the 5. You can count by tally easily. Okay, this is it using a tally chart. Okay, he collects the data himself, because here he is rolling and choosing how many numbers it is, and he is doing the experiment by himself. So his data will be a primary data. He doing directly by himself, so it is a primary data. Do you understand about the primary and the secondary data? Okay, quick recap. What is the statistics? Statistics is a science of collecting, organizing and understanding. You have to finish these 3 steps. You can make a decision by using a numbers. Okay. Data are of 2 types, primary data and secondary data. The data collected directly from the information is called primary data, and the collected information makes the source is called a secondary data. Okay, for example, newspapers. Some example means if Annie wants rainfall data from London and Manchester, means he wants to collect from the website, so it is a secondary data. John have testing that it is landing on the each side in the dice, means he is doing the experiment by himself, so it is primary data type. Okay, next we are going to see that the qualitative data. Okay, data in words, not numbers. Data in words. It will comes in words, not in a number. Okay, for example, hair color, favorite food, opinion about the school dinner. How about your school dinner? If someone asks, means you will say good, nice, best. For about your opinion, yes, that means you are saying by the words. That is called a qualitative data. Okay, if you take the quantitative data, means data will comes in a number. This has 2 types, a discrete and continuous. Quantitative data means, what do you know about that? If you taking a pizza, means how many pieces or how many slices would you like to have, means that you have to say in a number. That is called the quantitative data. Okay, that is are of 2 types, discrete and continuous. What is about the discrete means you have the whole numbers. It cannot be a decimal. Okay, your ages and the number of pets you have. Oh, you have number of pets. How many number of pets you have? You will say in a whole number. Yes, that and all comes under the discrete quantitative data. The another one is a continuous quantitative data. What is mean by continuous quantitative data means the number can take any value including a decimal. You can take that whole number, you can take a decimal number, all comes under the continuous. Okay, that is measurable and not counted. Okay, some of them have a height, weight in a decimal numbers. That is in if you take the kgs and the grams, all comes in a decimal number. So that all comes under the continuous quantitative data. Okay, we can see the example. Say whether the following data is qualitative, discrete, or continuous qualitative. Okay, the hometown of 100 peoples. You have to find the hometown of 100 peoples and the weight of the bag of potatoes on a sale in green groceries. Okay, here the number, the how hometown of 100 people means 100, the data is in the words, so it is a quantitative, the data is in number, sorry, say data is in number, so it is a quantitative data. Next one, the weight of bag of potatoes on sale in a green grocery means here we have the data. This potatoes on a sale means the weight and all comes under a continuous quantitative data. Weight, height, time taken, length and all comes under continuous quantitative data. So this is a continuous quantitative data. Do you understand this? If you have any doubts, please comment me, I will clear you. Okay, now we have seen today statistics, data, primary data, secondary data, discrete, first we have quantitative, qualitative, discrete quantitative, continuous quantitative. Okay, on the next class you have to prepare on all these type of information, so only you can move to the next step. Okay, thank you so much. See you in the next class. Bye.